mga Dokies! This is Doc Jean and welcome to Dental Life. On this video, I will continue the video that I had why the growth in our country or in developing countries are ever too slow. And I will create the things that will allow us to get out from that situation in order for us to really grow as a dental community. Number one, we have to stop being trained to become an employee rather than an employer. Now, in difficult, economically challenged countries, majority of the time, especially when we start learning in the way our parents brought us up and the way our educational system is set up a long time ago, because of financial difficulty, we are always trained in the mindset wherein we have to work for someone else rather than being an entrepreneur. And I believe that this is something we need to change and start within our family. So mga Dokies, if you are a parent, try to train the mindset of your children to be more an employer rather than an employee and become an entrepreneur. And that is the reason why a lot of countries, including China, even in a communist environment, they are able to flourish because the mindset of the people there are more set to become employers rather than employees. Now, I am not saying being an employee is bad, but you need to be able to create a mindset of an employer because it will build leadership and it will allow the person to have an independent, creative, and a growing mindset when it comes to dealing with their own careers. Mga Dokies, if your dental business is not growing the way it should be, or you are just satisfied with what it is, even if it has not reached its maximum potential, that is precisely because you are trained to just be satisfied with what you have and not be able to explore what else you can do in order to grow your dental practice. It is not bad to be grateful and contented with what you have, but on the flip side, mga Dokies, it is also not bad if you will be able to really think what else you can do with your dental business. Remember, mga Dokies, in the Smart Management Dental Life program that I teach, I always tell my students that your dental clinic is different and a separate entity of you as a dental professional because your dental clinic is a dental business and you as a professional have its own set of things that needs to be able to grow in order to influence your dental business to also grow. Although there are two separate entities, their values and the way it should be managed must be done in accordance to its identity. You as a professional should grow in terms of your skills as a professional, and your dental business should grow as a business. And that is why it is very important that you know how to manage your dental clinic. And this where Smart Management Dental Life program comes in, and other practice management courses that you might see online, and be able to really have an idea of how to properly manage your dental business as you do and grow yourself as a dental professional. Second, mga Dokies, we have to get out of this idea that we have to be like everyone else. You are created, if you believe in God or whatever faith you are in, you are created as an individual and has a freedom of choice. You do have the freedom in order to explore who you are as a person and as a professional. Yes, it is good to follow the community, to follow the rules and regulations, because there are purposes why they are created in the first place. However, when it comes to your mindset, you need to be independent so that you can create new ideas, be able to dream as much as you can, and be able to implement this dream in order for you to become a productive part of your dental community. If you have a different idea and because of fear of not being like everybody else hinders you, then you have to get out of it. Why? Because your idea may be an initial step or even a greater contribution in your dental community to make our dental profession even better for our patients. Number three, currently, our society is inundated with many messages that we should only think of ourselves, our own happiness, our own success, our own peace, and not be stressed. Now, these are all good, mga Dokies. But at the end of the day, you have to know that our actions have ripple effect in our community. So if everyone is just thinking of themselves, then what will be the result of our community and in the end, its total effect in our world? Because mga Dokies, although we have our own right to be happy and to really achieve our goals and dreams, we also have a big responsibility to our neighbors. Mga Dokies, at the end of the day, these are the reasons why sometimes I go against certain rules and regulation, not to be against on the people who are creating it or to create a disruption of the authority, but to provide a question why they are doing that. And that is number four, mga Dokies, of we should learn how to ask questions and not just take in everything that is given to us. Why, mga Dokies? Because people are not perfect. And the question of who benefits it, why it is being done, and will this provide a good fruit in the end for the entire community and not just certain people must be asked. Yan, mga Dokies, is how you can discern whether the laws or the rules or the regulation being asked of us from our organization, from our government laws, is really proper for our profession. And it is our obligation to ask questions and to really check out if we can support this. Because at the end of the day, mga Dokies, if we are just thinking of ourselves, and currently because we are benefiting from it in a more selfish level, we are not going to be able to create a better world in the next generation. And sometimes, mga Dokies, there are sacrifices that we need to do in order for us to have a better world for the next generation. It does not mean that you ask questions that you are going against the authority, but you are asking questions so there is correct clarification of what it really means in our profession. Because mga Dokies, if we don't do these things, we may end up to have a profession that is not anymore regulated, but are forced to us to do in our profession. Because why? Before I answer that question, mga Dokies, if you like this video, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up, subscribe on this channel, hit that notification bell so that every time I upload, you will be notified. At mga Dokies, if you have more in-depth suggestion on how we can grow our dental profession and be competitive globally, do comment below. And for, of course, mga Dokies, so that you will understand more what is dental life, I do suggest that you do watch my videos. For example, why is the growth of our dental profession is ever too slow in our country and in other developing countries. Also, why are we losing money probably in our dental practice? All these things, I have a lot of videos that you can watch in order for you to think about whether these things are relevant to your current dental life. So if it is, mga Dokies, do support this channel so that I can continually be able to really encourage your mind to think if what I am saying is true or applicable or effective to your own dental life. The last one, mga Dokies, is discipline. Let's admit it, mga Dokies. We tend to be really not disciplined in our own country. When we go abroad, we follow the rules, and yet here we try to find ways in order to go against it, especially if this will be a convenient to us or make us comfortable. However, mga Dokies, as I have mentioned earlier, we don't live in this world just by ourselves, but we have to live it as a community. Because whatever actions we do for our own selfish reason, this will have a ripple effect in others. And that is why it is important that we discipline ourselves, not because we are in fear of the consequences, but because we have inculcated real values. Meaning that in order for you to discern something, to really see if what you are doing in your dental profession and in your dental practice is really not just for your own good, but for the rest, is to evaluate it based on real values, which can be seen in the actual fruits of your own actions and words. Mga Dokies, ganito kasimple ang discernment. One, you have to ask when there is something that is happening is why it is happening. Second, you have to ask if the people who are encouraging you to do these things, who benefits it and what benefits them. Number third, the people who are against it, why they are against it, and who benefits from that decision. Now, mga Dokies, the fruit of whatever, either pro or against, to whatever you are deciding, the fruit must be for the good of the many and not just for the few. At the end of the day, mga Dokies, the growth of our dental profession is really every one of us working together in order to create, build, grow, and sustain our dental life so that we can be globally competitive and not remain as a follower but become leaders in our dental profession. Now, this is Doc Jean. Always stay safe and be healthy. Bye.